As far as I'm concerned, I mean, I've done the monogamy thing my entire life, and I would say it works, but I've been through a lot of things that have kind of forced me to have to look at myself. And and I have to make a decision when I'm looking at myself. Do I like who I am? And so far, I would say yes for the most part, because I'm always growing and learning. And it's kind of hard for me sometimes, because I had like this idea of who I am, and I always had that idea, but I kind of just realized and am realizing that that's all it is. It's just an idea. It's a reflection of the truth, but it's not the truth. It's a piece of the truth. It's not the whole truth. So by falling into these ideas of who I believe myself to be, I'm setting myself up for um, some really uncomfortable revelations. Essentially, something happens, and I realize, wow, this this idea that I had about myself is not is not right. I was creating it for myself because of um, a lack of introspection, or a lack of imagination, or because I was afraid. And there are some things about me that I have always run from, because I was afraid to face those things. So I kind of just chucked them someplace safe, and didn't kind of let them go unnoticed. Now I will say that maybe I'm not this picture of conventional this is kind of hard for me to talk about. I was married. I was married once, like, got married maybe 6 or 7 years ago. Was with him for 3 years. it didn't it didn't work out. Like, I never believed in divorce, but shit happens. when I when I was in high school, um, I was in a committed relationship with one person, and I wanted to be with that person for the rest of my life. Like, that was my idea of what life should be and my idea of who I was as a person. I lost my virginity to this person. I didn't want to go any further than that, you know. I wanted to keep the number at one, like one person. It didn't work out. One day I just had to leave. I just had to leave. And I did. And then I met the man that became my husband, and we got married very quickly. I had this fairy tale idea of just being swept off my feet and just falling desperately in love and getting married and being with this person for the rest of my life, you know. And that didn't work out, you know. It was an emotionally abusive relationship, and I tried my best, but he put his hands on me one day, and I ran out the door. It was the middle of the night. I wasn't even wearing any shoes, and I ran out the door, and I never went back. I never went back. And I took like a year, you know, just clinging to being single. Like, just, I wanted to do it, and it was agony every day. Like, I couldn't, it was hard getting out of bed in the morning. I was so lonely, and I couldn't even own my bed. Like, the bed was made, you know, and there was just this little like sliver on the edge of the bed. I got like this whole big king size bed, and I'm sleeping on this little sliver on the edge of the bed, like, you know, not even half, like 25% of the bed. Never even messed up the blankets when I was sleeping, because I didn't feel comfortable in my own bed. I didn't feel like it was my bed. And like, that's how much I couldn't be alone, and how much I just wasn't happy. You know, I like to be able to share everything with somebody. Everything. But I stayed with it, like, for a year. Just agony every day. I did it every day. And I don't even know now. I don't know why it was so hard. You know, I guess it's hard coming out of, like, an abusive relationship and then trying to, you know, just function on your own when, like, you feel like such shit about yourself, because for 3 years, it just all you heard was like, well, all these terrible things, that you're a bad person, and like it's not working out because it's all your fault, and just to be with somebody that had one foot out the door all the time, like my self-esteem was shot. I didn't even want to live. I didn't like myself. Um, but and then I met somebody who became my best friend, and the only thing that he ever wanted from me was love. And like, how how fucking convenient is that? Because like it's all I ever wanted, and it's like the only thing that I've ever really been good at is just loving people. And so it was a really great thing. Perfect. And I won't say that it didn't work out. We aren't together in that sense anymore. But we're still friends. And so it kind of started on friendship, and then became something else, and then kind of turned back into friendship again. And I think that's something that people will have trouble understanding. I didn't even tell anybody really that we broke up, because it seems so conventional, and it doesn't fit with the situation. He's my best friend, and I still talk to him, but we don't see each other because it would be too easy to fall back into the same patterns, old habits, and we are just kind of going in different directions right now. And right now, I'm learning how to be okay on my own, and it's not as hard now, coming out of being in a relationship with someone who was my best friend, who helped me grow and actually cared about my well-being, and like loves me for me as a person, and to have a soul connection with. It's different coming out of that and being alone, compared to coming out of a relationship that was completely debilitating. So yeah, I get lonely sometimes, but I do okay. Sometimes, like, I just crave to connect with somebody, I just fiend for it, pretty bad. But it's not so bad. I can get up in the morning. I can sleep, and I just roll into bed, and I sleep diagonally sometimes. Like, I own my space, and it feels good. I have my Facebook status set to me being in a relationship, and basically, I am in a relationship with myself right now because I'm getting to know myself, and that's important to me right now. It's more important to me than um, fixing the loneliness, I guess. I don't consider it to be something that needs to be fixed right now. The reason, part of the reason that I have my Facebook set to a relationship is because I don't want to be in a relationship right now. So I don't want to put it as single because single implies that you are available, and I'm not available in that sense. I'm available in the sense that I am emotionally available, and I am mentally and available, and I but all the ways that I'm available do not imply that I'm looking to be in a relationship with somebody, because that's not what I'm doing. And neither and am I looking to do something like casual or under the table. Like, as much as I desire to connect with people, I don't want to basically be somebody's, like, I don't want to be somebody's fuck buddy, for lack of a better word. And it's not because I think that that's wrong or bad. It's just, it's not something that works for me because um I think it could be difficult to develop mutual respect within the context of that kind of relationship with somebody. And respect is important to me. I respect other people, and I count on other people respecting me, and I don't demand it. I try to be the sort of, well, I am, because I don't try. I'm the sort of person that can be respected, and I treat people in ways that allows them to respect me. So, um, even though I could have sex with a friend, or find somebody to have a sexual relationship with, and not, and I wouldn't have qualms about it in that sense. I just, I think that it would make it a little bit more difficult for that person to respect me, and that's really what it is. you know I want to connect with people on a very real level, and on a very honest level, soul to soul. And having a purely physical relationship, it kind of falls short in that aspect. I feel like it might be fun for a little while, but it would just eventually, it would be boring, and not really my thing, I guess. But I wish that it was easier to really connect with people. If if people could just take down their walls. I'm running out of space on my phone. Anyway, that's I could probably go on and on, but I'm just going to stop the video now cuz I'm out of space, so I apologize for rambling and crying, but I'm a crybaby. It's not really. It's okay. It's just what I do. So.